Ladies,
It happened.
I don't know how to tell them.
I don't want to tell him.
We have to. Someone has to say it.
Okay,
Someone has to.
For the first time in Roscoe's viewing party history.
YouTube, we have no visuals, but we have audio.
We do. So, this week's viewing party is going to be a podcast for you guys.
We're so sorry. So sorry it happened. We had little technical difficulties, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to see Kerri's beautiful face and Willam's
Beautiful feet.
Sure.
But tune in. Listen to our Roscoe's Tavern Viewing Party podcast and listen for Willam, listen for Kerri Colby, and tell us what you think.
It's the first time, but it'll be the last. So sorry. Love you. Forgive us.
What's up, Roscoe?
Hi.
Yes.
How we doing? We good?
So great. Welcome to our viewing party of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10.
Yes.
And we are about to finish bracket 2, divas.
Have a seat. All right, we're switching it up
Wait.
for y'all again. I'm back in my corner.
Musical chairs. We keep them on their toes.
Back to my shenanigans and my over here.
Where will she sit next week?
Yeah.
Maybe in the DJ booth, maybe in the audience. Who knows?
Who knows? Anyway,
We'll find out.
we have some great guests tonight. And we're going to have... Oh, you good? Yeah. Did you clock in?
I clocked in. I left my phone outside. I was like, oh
Okay,
my God, where's my phone?
Okay, no 15. You're on the clock. All right. We're going to get this shindig started. So let's get our first guest out here, yes?
Yes. Welcome all the way from Mom Productions. Give it up for Willam!
Hi.
Come on. Yes.
Thank you.
Clock the feet. Clock the
Yes,
feet.
Clock the
Clock the
feet.
shoe.
Oh, clock the dress too. Legacy piece.
Legacy garment.
From Miss Trixie Mattel. You
Miss Trixie
said.
Mattel. She won't call me back, but I can wear her clothes.
I love it. How are you, baby?
I'm so good. Thank you for having me, Carmel
Welcome back.
and Batty and Naysha and Sean. This is my favorite bar in the contiguous United States.
We love having you. We're super excited to talk with you.
Hey, Mariah. Is that Brittany or
No,
Mariah?
Miss Brittany.
That's
Miss
Brittany.
Baby.
Yeah, that's Brittany. Kerri Colby couldn't be with us today. Kidding. No, she's running just a tad.
They were like,
running
wait,
just
what?
A tad bit late. So we are going to get started without her because we just can't wait to dive in, yes? All right, so let's go ahead and get this shindig started. Come on, Mikey, throw that down.
I love your shirt.
Oh, sure.
Four
yeah,
score and 7 years
absolutely.
ago. Our forefathers brought
He
us.
read me right now. He's like, actually, no, I'm not putting it on.
I also want to remind everybody that our viewing parties are sponsored by Hornitos Tequila.
Yes.
So
Yes.
grab a Blueberry Sour, and thank you, Hornitos, for sponsoring us every week. Yeah.
I live.
Now, before we jump into it, Willam, I want to ask, which of you enjoyed more, bracket 1 or bracket 2?
Hurry, Kerri's not here.
I like the one with Georges. Is that this one?
This
That's
bracket,
two.
bracket 2,
This
yes.
She entertains me every time she's on stage.
Yeah.
And I like that she's an evil little troll a little bit this season. Mistress's little henchwoman.
Okay.
Doesn't it feel like that? Like she's her like familiar or something?
She
It
is
does.
the puppet master of
It
all of
does.
us right now.
Or
I
like her
love it.
substance.
Yeah.
If Mistress had a substance, wow, we'd all be done for.
Oh, yeah. We'd be cooked.
All right, we got it working. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let's pause it there really quick so we can
Yes.
say hello to Kerri. Welcome,
Hi,
Kerri.
everyone. Hello. Happy All-Stars Day, divas.
How are you, gorgeous?
I'm feeling good. How are you, Auntie?
You're looking gorgeous.
Oh, well, of course.
The entrance look is looking
Honey,
lovely.
I had to look good. I saw the video last week. They were roasting me. I said, roast what?
I live.
Baby.
Well, we're so happy to have you. We are super excited to get all kinds of tea from
I
you.
know. This is the big episode, the final episode of Bracket 2. Are we loving Bracket 2?
Yes.
Period.
Last week we were talking about how you read everyone in one breath.
In
Which
in
was
the
confessional, yes.
You know, since they told me I didn't follow the prompt, I said I'm able to. You know, if everyone's that hard of hearing and dumb, I can dumb it down.
I love it. Okay, tell me, watching it now, what decided your look in the confessional? Because you look stunning in the damn confessional.
Thank you. I think for me, I wanted to represent the one thing that all my fans gave me, which was the Tranos Infinity Stones. And we started losing count. You know, at first it was like 1, 2, 3, 25, 72. The whole cast is trans at this point, you know. They didn't air it, but RuPaul was damn near coming out as trans in one of the episodes. She was like, do you have a suppository option for estrogen? I said, sure. So I was like, we're not keeping up with the stones. We're just going to let them pop out everywhere. So I became encrystallized, ready for that confessional.
And I heard Trey did like the session.
Okay, they love the session. Hey, they tipped me double.
No, we love seeing you on this season. What I don't love is how people are playing with you and the points right now, Diva.
They are playing with me. You know what?
You kept your composure, though, when they did that dirty.
You
were
got
just gorgeous, unbothered.
I feel like people don't realize, like, my gorgeousness and unbotheredness is a trauma response. I have autism and ADHD, so when I get overstimulated, I shut off. Especially like if it reminds me of like bullying and all that shit I left in middle school with the big fat bullies at the sandbox or whatever the it is.
Wait,
kicking me off the
Mistress is in a
swing.
sandbox?
Don't talk about
You know, I was like, see, I disassociate so hard I couldn't remember where I was in middle school. But when I get reminded of that, I just get really quiet. I'm just like, okay, when's this gonna be over? 40 seconds, 40 minutes of roasting. I hate it here.
I do have one, before we go back to the show, I do have one more question.
Yes.
Was it an easy decision for you to go to All-Stars when you were asked?
Yes and no. I feel like I didn't see me on season 14. So that part was an easy yes. I was like, I want people to see who Kerri Colby is according to Kerri Colby. That's why I put all this work in. Caterpillar, and butterfly, all that jazz. But you never know what to expect. And I knew when I got the call, because I got the call from How I Slayed on Slaycation, that we were changing the vibe up. It was 3 episodes, 18 girls, and I was like, well, how the does that work? That don't make no sense. So I had to kind of think about, like, what am I walking into? And I ultimately made the decision to just go and serve a little bit of cunt.
I love it. We're so glad that you decided to do it. And Willam, to this day, would you say yes if you were asked?
Well, I do end up answering this question eventually.
Oh, wait, hold on. What did you think I just... Wait.
No, that
I don't want you...
Oh,
I was asking Willam if she would say
would you-
yes.
I would love for you to go back on
to an
TV.
All-Stars.
I low-key petition for it, but they get mad.
It's not gonna happen.
No,
but if they did ask,
they're
not gonna put me in a room willingly with RuPaul. But my office is across the street, and I've been like tunneling a little Shawshank hole. So I'll see you soon, Theron.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy.
I love it. On that note, let's go back to the show.
Honey.
Shawshank.
Well, yes. Come on, Star Booty, the rebooty, booty.
I want to ask you ladies this. How do we feel about the bracket system?
I love it. It's great.
I think it's fun because you get so much more of each girl if they're giving it per week. Like the opportunity is there. You just have to rise to that occasion. And I think that like you get that. I wasn't in the top 6 on my season, so you get like a lot more screen time, a lot more time with the judges. It's more intimate, but it's also like you got to think fast.
Yeah, because it's only 3 weeks. Do you wish it was a little longer?
I think it could be fun if you did like a little 5-week situation. That could be fun.
How many days? It's 3 weeks for us, but how many days was it for you guys? Like 6 or 8?
You want me to get in trouble, Auntie?
No, it's not. Everybody knows.
It's a week. It's literally 7 days from get there to your hotel to get back home. 7 days. Oh, yeah. So we're stressed.
So fast.
Adderall,
Nicole
honey.
has a point, though.
What did you say, Willam?
Nicole has a point. Her tone is very point.
Pointed.
Point.
Now, Kerri, we heard you earlier. You were justified about your points being messed with. Do you think Tina was justified in not getting that point from Lydia? Because she seemed really hot-headed, but it also kind of seemed a little misplaced.
You know, here's the thing. I think Tina just thinks that she just gets one for the team because she's such a man and doing her big one. And
No, we love him. We
That's
love
a
Tina,
very,
yes.
male mentality. And I just had to remind her, sometimes there are women in the room.
Right.
And I was talking to Liddy, and I was like, I ate my challenge. What did you think? She thought I did good. She liked my lyricism. She liked the rhythm. And she was like, I'm going to give you a point, so you get your little win. I got my little challenge win, my delusional challenge win.
And to be honest with you, we said it last week. You rapped better than anyone.
Well, yes.
Period.
Baby,
it was
I'm
so
going to get that
natural for you.
satisfaction turning 5 hoes into mother fractions, okay?
It was so natural for you.
Yes.
I live. It was so good.
Baby.
Let me ask you this. So were you believing Mistress's right there? Were you like, wait a minute, who did come up with that? Like,
So, no, I peeped game. What I didn't peep, because, me and Mistress were good now. We're on friendly-ish terms. Because we had like a 3-hour conversation at Mickey's right before we filmed promo. And she was telling me, sister, it was all for TV. I'm making you look good. I'm giving you this angel edit. I'm taking the devil role. I was like, it's just fitting. And then when I watched that Untucked, it gagged me because if y'all remember, she had me go check on Nicole because Nicole was having a real emotional moment. And I'm not great with emotions, but I was like, I'll do what I can. And I'm going to go like hug her, help her. She's hyperventilating. Dementia's never an easy thing to deal with. Well, not her dementia.
No, the one in her family that she was dealing with.
Yes.
I thought you were reading
They
her.
thought you clocked her, Kerri.
I was like, damn, Kerri.
The reach just happened on accident. No, someone in her family's dealing with dementia, and it made her emotional because it was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Have you watched the show, Tamar?
The read was lovely. I'm gonna run with what I first heard.
I mean, if y'all gotta look for the reads that hard, I'll keep finding them out. Welcome to the library. But I went to check on her, and then I didn't realize as I was checking her that was a whole stunt in itself because she pulled everyone to the couch and was like, "Look, don't give them no points, them over." And I was like, if we're not a threat, if I'm not a threat, why are you trying so hard to take my points? I'm just a girl. They could never.
On that note, let's go back to the show.
That's a eating dress.
What the fuck was she wearing, Tina?
That's a eating dress. If you eat, that's a eating dress. That is most definitely. You put that dress on and you eat that like a bib. You just.
For YouTube, I'm not sure they caught it, but we're talking about the lovely garment that Tina Burner is wearing.
She probably made it herself, y'all. Let's be gentle. Let's be gentle.
Doesn't make it any better. Anyway, I do have a question. Kerri, what's the tone in the room? Like, are you guys all like on edge thinking that Mistress is just up to no good every single minute of the day?
In this moment, I will blame it on the edit. I feel like we already knew it was stunt shows and shenanigans, but I feel like on our end, we just knew that we needed to get the role. We need to learn these lines. We need to figure out what we were doing, and Nicole needed to figure out where to put that tongue of hers because she was putting it all over the room, and I was like, girl, let's focus on being coffee. She likes it black and hot. That's her line. That's her line.
Was it easy to work with Nicole and Tina?
Of course not.
Okay.
Y'all see me, I'm struggling over there like, damn. Y'all want me to have the organization? I'm the youngest one of the group. Damn.
Crazy. So Mistress is clearly the villain of the season.
Honey, she's the villain of the universe.
She's
her own villain.
She took the actual villain role. Dale from the Philippines, one of our VIP guests, he would like to know, what is it that makes a villain a drag villain? What is it?
A lot of self-hatred, I'm assuming. I mean, I wouldn't love me either, but I don't know. I've never really been a villain. I'm not really a villain kind of girl.
Let's ask someone who is. Willam?
Yes! Yes! Auntie, educate us.
I would love someone to name something dastardly that I did on my season. I was supportive.
Puke. No, I'm just kidding.
So that was to get attention because the cameras weren't on me. That wasn't dastardly. I never hurt another girl in my season. Girls plotted against me. Girls who I let borrow things plotted against me. I didn't know people hated me until I saw Untucked, honestly. I thought it was all cool, but I am not a villain. I'm an anti-hero, and I am chaotic.
They're not
good.
the same.
They're not the same. My
Naysha's a villain. Hello.
I think they tried to villainize both Willam and Naysha.
Yeah, they do, which is weird because
T.
we're not those girls, and if we have chaos, it's for the greater good or to let people know about something or to help someone. Mistress is just a tornado of
totally.
Of like,
true.
I don't see what her end goal is for this other than herself. When my end goal is usually attention for me and everybody.
And actually, Willam, complete opposite. You can actually call Willam when you go to Drag Race and go through a huge closet of things that she borrows girls all the time, anything they need.
There's a girl there now, actually.
Like
I gave her the door code to get stuff.
Okay, work.
One of the girls from All Stars the next season had to
one.
drop out to go do a show on Lifetime instead.
Yeah.
For a bigger and better opportunity. See, if I was an ass, I'd say who it was. But I'm only about ruining my career. I will name it to my sisters, but y'all don't deserve it. These are my sisters.
No. Yeah. I don't. Nah, I won't do that. I was going to name the one that she just.
We're trying to
figure it out.
I was. No. Oh, you didn't get it?
No, we didn't hear it.
Oh, that's.
See, look at how happy Kerri is. I just told her.
We celebrate wins.
But.
Wait, that makes so much sense.
But there was.
I was gagged because I was like, why would she do that to herself? But that makes sense.
Can we talk about the girl that dropped though?
Which one?
Can we do?
Carmel will tell you.
Oh no, I know, but I'm saying, could we talk about that? Because I mean,
Because she's not on it?
because she's.
No, I'm not trying to ruin her thing with World of Wonder.
It's ruined.
T.
You're right.
That's my gig. That's mine. I don't want her to have that.
The second that she decided to drop out and be like, I'm going over there, she ruined
It's
it,
done.
baby.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, baby. 'Cause
Yeah.
She said, well.
They said hand in your key card.
Anyway, let's go back to the show.
But it's a better opportunity.
Well, yeah, and I feel like I feel like that person is more excited about that anyway,
Yeah.
longevity-wise.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Y'all will find out in 6 months.
Listen, I'm gonna consult. I'm gonna
If
send
you
a text message.
If you tip us, we'll tell you.
Okay.
We can be
Something with a
bribed.
0 at the end of it.
I
Well,
love
yes.
Nicole so hard.
Nicole is just the gem of All Stars 10. Wake that up. Yes.
Absolutely love.
Damn, no one clapped. Make some noise for Nicole. Hello? Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Roscoe's audience can be a little shady sometimes.
Wow. I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her. I'm like, they hate you in Chicago, Nicole.
We're definitely fans of Nicole here. So
This is like our third fight between Mistress and Tina, Kerri, or were there a lot more that we haven't
I
seen?
lost count. They kept going at it, and I couldn't tell whether it was real or not. They were just always at each other, just edging each other. No ejaculation.
I love when ugly
edging.
girls fight.
You love when ugly girls fight? That's so rude. No, Mistress just has the spoon and is just waiting for someone to take a sip of the soup. She's like, I'm stirring
she's
this
bored.
shit.
She's literally fishing the whole time. She's literally just got a line out there like, who can I mess with? Who can I get under the
And
skin?
Tina's biting it every time, though.
Well,
It's like,
you
Tina,
know,
turn around.
Tina's very that kind of guy, honey. Yeah.
I have to admit, though, it's fun to watch. No,
It is. It's entertaining.
I'm so entertained by it. Okay, let's talk about that rehearsal.
Baby.
That rehearsal, Kerri, was it as bad as it
interesting.
looked?
It was definitely longer than it looked. So
Okay.
we were there for a long time. But I was telling Auntie Willam, I was like, what's throwing me off, and maybe it's just like my brain, is the background music and then what we were doing was so purposely off that I was like, I can't even focus on what's happening. It all looks a mess.
Like when they were recording their tracks, the music, the underscoring for the girls that they wanted to like look like the dopey ones, it was like a minor key, and then for the other girls that they wanted to look successful were like a
Yes.
major key. And she was saying that does not go with the lyrics that they were doing.
I couldn't even focus.
Because she knows what the song sounds like in the end. We don't yet.
T.
I feel like they normally tend to do that. They'll play, like you said, Willam, a bad underscore that throws us off so we don't know what it's actually going to sound like. And you're confused
Subliminal.
by the lyrics when they're recording. So, yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, when on All Stars 8, when we did the girl group or whatever it was, they I don't know what the fuck it was. The part that they gave us, like you could tell who they love and who they don't, because it's like you had to put this, lyric to this weird beat.
Yes.
And then someone else got like a nice beat where you can do, and then the other one's
A good 5,
like,
6,
what?
7, 8.
And you're like, what? I can't even do anything to that.
Yeah,
but
let's give it 8, 5, 4, 3, 8, 7, 2.
Uh-huh.
Like, what the is that?
Wait, those are mistress measurements.
Okay. From the foot up.
That's just her cankle.
Okay, on that note, let's go back to the show. Okay, we'll start with the runways, yeah? So we're gonna do 10s across the board or a chop, okay? So we're gonna go through the list. We'll start with Georges. Kerri, what'd you think? 10s across the board, or was it a chop for you?
For a runway?
For runway, we're doing runway first.
Right. Like that outfit for a runway.
Yes. Did you?
Oh,
On
chop.
the show, right now.
It was great for a lip sync, but it was giving very trashy lingerie in LA. If you know, you know. You know, very Lake Avenue, so it's a chop.
Chop.
It's a chop. Okay.
Willam?
Chop.
Chop. Okay.
Which is a great show on Food TV.
Yes.
Oh, I love Chopped. I'm going to give it a 10 because it was something different.
Yeah.
Also 10. I just want bigger hair, but 10 from me.
Yeah, I'm glad she went with that route opposed to the obvious route. So I'm gonna give it a 10 for that. Okay, Kerri Colby. Let's talk about Kerri's.
Chop! No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Amazing. It was giving Cowboy Carter. It was giving Very Right Now. What was
Yes.
the inspiration? What went into that, Kerri?
Honestly, it was a little bit of Cowboy Carter, and believe it or not, my designer Rodrigo and I was like, I want to try to make something because I'm not really a designing diva, but we used resin, and I made the whole body form. So, I could put a little something together as long as I
Work.
got more than 24 hours. And so I love it because I'm like, damn, I actually created something cunt.
Yeah, it looked beautiful. I'm gonna give it a 10. What are you gonna do, Kara?
Chop for me. Yeah, I hated it, Kerri. No, I loved it. 10.
Can't stand it.
It was amazing.
I'm giving it a chop as well.
Batty.
I'm giving it a 10. I also want you guys, did you guys notice how wet Carrie's face was?
Yeah.
That was a trend from Pat McGrath.
I love that she
I'm
said,
telling y'all, I
Yes!
am neurodivergent, you guys.
Okay,
I'm like,
so that
yes,
was
I
a trend
love
that
it.
Pat McGrath had created for a runway.
Yes.
How did you create
I
that?
used the same thing. So
Perfect,
right
okay.
before we left, that was when the Margiela runway had happened. It was Paris Fashion Week was like a few weeks before that, and I was like, I need to do that. And so I figured out the little concoction, mixed it, and I was like, we're gonna be giving glisten.
I heard it was just like straight up nut.
It was, well, I
Tag.
took my estrogen shot, and instead of putting it in my ass, I just put it across my face. Yeah.
I
and
also love
I was
that you
like,
did
pussy.
all white. It looks so beautiful, and with the new stage, it just really stood out. I loved it.
Thank
all right,
you.
let's do Lydia, that talented little hoe. Damn, that was.
That was fun. I'm telling y'all, she made all of those looks like a week.
Yeah.
I want y'all to understand. A week. She made all of her runways a week before we filmed. That's insane
That is
to me.
insane. And people
insane.
have 10 months to prepare for certain episodes, and they still come. Anyway, let me stop.
And they still look just like Mistress. Wow.
Let me stop.
10s for Lydia. 10s for Lydia.
I'm just saying, Lydia, you turned it. I'm giving her 10s across the board. What do you say, Kara?
10s.
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 Perfect. Let's do Mistress Isabel
Chop.
Brooks. Mistress cosplaying as Tina Burner.
Yes.
Oh my God!
She even said it on the runway.
Did she say that?
Similar.
Right? She said
She-
like
little read to
something,
her.
right? Yeah. Listen, flames should be put out. That's it. It looked hideous. I hated it. Mistress, love you. Hated the outfit. It's a chop from me. What do you think?
Chop.
Yeah.
The best part was the crotch, honey.
I liked the hat. I thought the hat was so cool. The hat
The
was
hat?
fully bugle beaded.
Yeah.
I thought that was
How
cool.
about the leggings that
That's
she
what
had?
threw
What
me
the
off.
was it?
Yeah.
A legging? A tan legging?
I don't know what it was. I think it was like power mesh. It looked
Something
like power
built into
mesh.
the chat.
When
Yeah.
the crotch isn't right, your eye goes to it immediately, and you don't know what's wrong with it, but you can always just tell, like, something ain't right down there.
Yeah, after I saw the
Baby.
crotch, I didn't want to look at it
She
anymore.
looked great from, like, the temples up.
Yeah.
The temples up is crazy. My favorite part was the crotch specifically. That just fire crotch. It was
Yeah.
so nice, so flattering on her personality and her body. She looked so much like herself in the crotch.
Damn. You know
Loved
the crazy
it.
thing is that earlier she's like, oh, we're really good. We're in a good place. Are you sure, Kerri?
I heard what the she said about me last week, honey. She was
Read
trying
her.
to sneak diss me. So
Drag
I'm just,
her.
You know, I love her. I love that crotch. It just reminded me so much of her.
Drag her.
Honestly, we don't need to drag her. The mirror does its job.
Yeah.
Just the mirror and me know. Hey.
Okay.
Our next
so,
diva.
Moving right along.
Nicole Page Brooks.
The mirror.
Nicole Page Brooks was
Confused.
that was just
Missed the prompt.
it was I don't
I'm telling you, Nicole was just horny. She needed to so bad that she herself with her own runway. And for that, I give it 10s. Because I feel like that dildo was about 10 inches long in her. She's like that. She's old school, y'all. That hole's loose.
She put that plug in.
It is.
Plug
honey.
it in, plug it in.
stop. You can't sing songs, we'll get in trouble. What is
Anal
Chop
insertion,
that-
honey. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 10s because
10s?
she needed that. She needed
Willam,
that good
what
thing.
I'm going to give it a 10. 'Cause
10?
I love Nicole.
I love her too.
FAG.
That was the craziest thing I think I've ever seen on this
Yeah.
runway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 10.
What is happening? Chop.
It's a chop. Nicole is great, but that was a chop.
Agreed.
Okay.
That's the best Nicole's look this whole season. What do you mean?
Baby, and it's been a chop the whole season. What do you mean? Okay,
Aw,
Tina Burner. I'm sorry, it looked sickening.
That was fantastic. Tina looked good.
Right? I thought it was gorge. It was. Yeah.
Tina looked great from the clavicle down.
She
I do
can't
like-
help the rest.
I
honey.
do like
She
Tina
can't.
in darker hair.
You like Tina with
stunning,
darker
right?
hair?
See,
I
that's
like-
the one thing I said to Kerri is I wish that hair was blonde on her.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked her in darker hair. I thought it was something different.
I would have wanted to see a contact. That way we could have like Megan Fox pop. But that outfit in person, stunning. You
It's
can tell she
actually
spent a
so
whole package
wild
on
that you would use Megan Fox as a reference
Well,
for Tina Burner.
you know, but the wild
big
thing
man.
is, I think Tina Burner uses
What?
Megan Fox as a reference too. That's part of the problem.
You think a contact was gonna give her all that?
I
You need to stop.
I think Tina uses Megan Fox as a reference too. That's part of the problem,
Yeah.
honey. It's part of the problem.
Okay, we're gonna go to the performances really quick. Let's all go one by one. Give me a highlight of the performance. Let's just choose one
Is it
highlight.
tens and chop again?
No, something that you just really liked or something that stood out for you. I'll go first. Like, for example, the villains group. I just wouldn't have wanted to be with Georges because she just outperformed everyone.
She does.
And then you'll see someone, and then you're like, and then you see Georges, you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. So Georges really, for me, was the best one in that group. What's a highlight for you?
Well, I thought Puss, the villain group, was more catchy. I was laughing and more entertained by Kerri's group with
Yeah.
the prostitutes and whores because every time Kerri and Tina were on something, Nicole was 3 steps behind
She
trying
was
to
on
catch
something-
up.
She
It
was
was
on
a
something
tag.
fucking else, honey.
That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for.
what about you,
That's
Batty?
had me laugh.
Nicole is still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
My highlight has to be I wrote Kerri. She held the trio together. I thought. You gave me like Pam Anderson down.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you know that's
Sex
my
pot.
like
Love
birth
it.
mom's name. My mom's name is Pamela Anderson.
Okay.
Nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
Nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. But yes.
Willam, did you have a highlight? Something you really liked?
They said at the end, any hole is a goal, and the hole was in Nicole's choreo.
Yeah.
But I do think that villains always have the best material.
Yes.
So anytime you go on Drag Race, if you're watching this at home, little kids, you go on Drag Race, be the villain. It gets
Yeah.
you so much better material.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what's so funny is that even with Nicole, even when it was bad, it was good because it was bad, and you're like, it's an. You know how sometimes they make little mistakes, but you don't catch them. No, that was a mistake. The whole thing, like all of it, and it was just so good to watch.
It was
I
a
really
masterclass,
enjoyed
honey.
it.
A TED Talk.
Batty brought up a good point. Where was the earrings? It's the only thing that
I don't think she wears earrings.
Yeah, but that's
She's a
crazy.
cross-dresser, not a drag queen. You know, there is a little bit of a difference.
The
drag
only-
queens, nails, and earrings. Cross-dressers, baby.
How you
it's
doing,
just about
Naysha?
body and
Well, we
lip.
gonna have to take
How
her.
you doing, Naysha?
So I think so then I'm a cross-dresser?
You know, now on Tonka, with that shape, it's giving a little cross. and
She
a little
has her
dress.
toes done. She has her toes done. She
My
has a nail
toes are
art.
done, and I have
Baby.
earrings.
The only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize. So if you have an earlobe, why would you not put something fun and feminine on it?
It's
If you have a
so
hand,
true.
why would you not want to extend that femininity? Because these look so good on balls.
They do.
Oh, good old dick grabber, honey.
And speaking of balls, Tessa Testicle. She's a contestant from Amsterdam, and her outfit from her season with the silver fringe and the pants is just like RuPaul's outfit. RuPaul has a history of saying, ooh, that looks good, Raja. I'm going to do that next season.
From
Ooh,
Global
that-
All Stars. Yeah.
And now she's doing it with Tessa. And steal from the best. If you see something, go ahead, Ru.
Did you guys clock, like, every week she's walking slower and slower and slower, and it's like,
It's because she
Poor
didn't have
thing.
her coffee enema that morning.
bitch looks medicated. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the show. Okay. So do we agree with those critiques?
Baby.
The choreography, the difficulty level for the girl walking across
Walking.
chairs. Detox had it harder walking across people and chairs because she wasn't looking down. That was 3 chairs side to side, and she was being
Detox
spotted.
has 5 times the bottom,
I mean-
too.
Oh, wow.
Yes. All
Literally
that
listen to this.
ass.
Literally listen to the sentence. It was so hard. You were walking.
And your mother picked you up.
Are you kidding me? It was so stupid. Anyway, what about who did Michelle say? She's like, but
Tina, she said got lost behind people and Mistress didn't extend, which I thought were wrong critiques.
girl, whatever. Sometimes it's kind of like, what the are y'all talking about?
Well,
It
what I will say is this is my first time ever getting positive critiques on the runway on RuPaul's Drag Race. So
Oh,
I was very happy for that. Usually they read me down.
So what is the difference between your regular season and All Stars? Not only just being there, but
They wanted me there.
shit, no, that's fierce.
No, I think
That's
it's fair to
fierce.
say that they wanted you there both times because
The first time they wanted me there once the show was out. But when I was originally there, no. No.
What
not
do
the
you
first
mean?
time. Not
Why
the
do you
first
think
time.
that is?
what do you mean?
Well, it's recording too.
Yes.
We'll push pause. Pause.
This is for the Patreon.
Yeah, no, we'll pause it. Don't worry.
I'll keep it like as real as I can. I think that I was a very new experience for Drag Race. They hadn't done trans femme empowerment or trans femme, positive storylines, especially coming in as yourself. So, thank you. Yes, wake it up. I feel like my goal was to make sure that trans did not just become a trend for Drag Race. And I will say I'm very proud that it has not been. We've had trans representation of some sort every season since. But I feel like on season 14, because it was new, the concept was new, sometimes it takes them time to adjust. I think that there were just a lot of growing pains, and there was a note, especially in a lot of critiques of like, what are you doing here? Maybe you shouldn't be here because, we have all these fabulous men and non-binaries and wigs. And so you being here is something different. But I do think that same energy was something that I was very happy that I feel like they celebrated on All Stars.
Yeah, and it's funny because I agree with you 100%. It's funny because I think being that we twisted their arm to put trans people on. This is not a decision. They were like, we need to have trans people.
It was a
That's
battle.
That's not what it was. It was the fandom. It was the girls. It was everyone. When they would ask for recommendations,
Yeah.
we would recommend trans
Yes.
women.
Oh, they have
So-
tits. We
Still
can't
do.
use them. Literally.
No,
Titties on the runway.
So
That was
it
a huge thing.
So being kind of pushed into a corner to cast trans people, I'm sure that they were just trying to fill in a
Yeah.
cast with a trans person, but didn't really take them seriously until they saw. I mean, you know what I mean? Where they
I
were.
feel like, it also I feel like on season 14, and that's why I say like halfway when the season started airing, it switched because it was just me in the beginning, and then by the time that the show aired, it was 5 girls. Yeah. And so then there was a whole new economy, a whole new market, a whole new a whole new realm of what Drag Race can and should be. So I think when they saw that, that's when they're like, okay, we get it. But while we were filming, they didn't get it. It was giving my rapping roast. They didn't get it.
Work.
Even though they had the lyrics right in front of them. Y'all at home, y'all didn't have the lyrics in front of you. And even if you did, whatever. But the judges don't have no excuse.
You better put your TV on closed caption and rewatch it.
Yeah, you better. Hello. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go back to the show. I want to see how this turns out.
And if anybody wants the outfit that George just ordered from a designer but then ghosted, he's gonna sell it next week. His name is Perry Meek. So just follow him on Instagram.
Pause that show. Wait a minute. No. Go ahead.
Willam said she
show you
showed
the
you
text.
satisfaction, honey.
Girl, that was me in the mirror every day. As soon as that lash goes,
I live.
Literally
The
this
power of the
afternoon, I
laugh.
made Raya come in the mirror and look at it. I was like, girl, look at this.
Baby, the power
I
of the
can't
laugh.
wait. Okay, we got to go back to the episode because we have to talk about that last gig.
What just happened?
Like, what the?
Baby, the games never stop.
Was there part of you that was like, she's gonna give it to me. She's gonna give me the point.
So she kept telling me that, like, since she pulled the fast one on me, y'all, she's like, I got you, sister. I did you dirty. Trust me. I meant what I said about the Alliance, Texas girls. I'm going to do my big one. I'm going to give you a point back. And then the next week, of course, she was in the top. So then, you know, sister, I got you. I swear to God. Meanwhile, she's telling everyone to not give me and Nicole a point. So I had my suspicions. And so all that last episode, I was just like, you know what? I could give you a point. We'll see what it's giving. But I realized, why the fuck would I cater to you when you've done nothing but like throw pearls and put your foot out in front of me and then try to call me a sister? I'm not Khloe Kardashian. I got ass, but y'all ain't gonna treat me like I'm the busted sister. So I started to realize, I was like, normally I'm a girl of a lot of character, a lot of faith, but I was like, why have faith for the faithless? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull a fast one back. Absolutely, and I'm proud of that. 100%. Absolutely. I was really about to write her name on it, and then as we were there, I was replaying every little rotted, microaggressive thing she did to me, and I was like, this beyond anyone else was really like with me, and I was like, okay, let's play.
Yeah.
The girls don't like her. There's a reason she was kicked out of the group chat for season 15.
This is true.
It is. She's a bully. You can't trust her. She's like, and it comes down to real world stuff too. She was kicked out on Christmas.
It's so fierce because it's true.
The only
Not baby Jesus.
Yeah. I think it translates to the real world too. Like, people want to go see people that are fun and are a good time, not people that are duplicitous and shady and then sit in the back on their phone.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, I think too.
She is. I will give her this though. She's fun when she wants to be. I will give Mistress that. See,
I haven't had the pleasure.
I can always deal with the shade, but
Kerri,
I'll give her that. She's fun when she wants to be.
Because two things can be true at once.
Yes, they can.
You could be fun, and you can be a disgusting, miserable person as well.
I mean, you gotta go
that's what
home
she
to
is,
something,
but what I'm
honey.
saying is, you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's disgusting and miserable. But
She's a key in the dressing room. She's a monster on TV.
No, you know what it is though. It's like, okay, for example, like we have our character, our persona, and you know it also comes off, right? Like it turns off, and then you get to know us like real, who we are on a daily, and I feel like she doesn't turn it off, which just tells me that's who you are. Do you see what I'm saying? And that speaks volumes. That I haven't. Yes, she's fun, but I also haven't experienced a like kind,
A real,
empathetic.
Here's my
human.
read.
You know
Here's
what I
my
mean?
ultimate
But-
read to her. As amazing as she was on this season, and I did this in my interviews, we would not have had an iconic All Stars 10 without Mistress. Like,
Period.
I can always give her that. But one thing she absolutely did not give nobody was vulnerability, accountability, or authenticity. Kindness, you can pick and choose when you want to be kind. She was kind to Georgia. She was kind to Lydia. she picked and chose. But she was not authentic. She didn't give us anything to really get to know her. All we got to know was this character that we can watch on Mistress Mondays, which you might want to tune into this next one coming up, because I might have, I might have had a restraining order, but I had to lower it just to go in and handle some business.
A gig's a gig.
Sasha
Yes.
definitely cussed me out for it, but I might have paid a little visit.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I just think that's it. There's
Yeah.
there's no where does the character end and where do you begin?
I don't
just
know
one,
who she really is to this day. Like, I don't think many people know who Mistress really is. And I think that she likes it that way. That's her gig,
And
that's her shtick.
Yeah, to each
Good
their
for
own.
her.
The most disappointing thing is that she did not give you the point. Like that really, it's just. I guess I love the brackets. You guys like the brackets? I love the brackets.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
The only thing that, and I guess it's good and bad because it's entertaining, but the part that I didn't like was that you not moving on was decided by somebody else. Yeah. That pisses me off. Because if it was, I'm sure that if it was left up to somebody else, like RuPaul, they would have said, Kerri, we'd like to see you. You know what I mean?
Well, and I feel like I gave the judges, they were hard on me. I didn't really get any points from the judges this bracket, but one thing I didn't do was break. I didn't get in my head. They, even in the rapping roast, like they had a lot of very negative things to say, and that's why I was so quiet and untucked. But I was like, you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm going to come back next week, and I'm going to give it my all. I have one shot, and the one shot I'm going to take.
Adrenaline.
Okay, exactly. Running on adrenaline.
See, I love RuPaul too, but let's just say this because it's a fact.
Yes.
You should have been in the top for that lip sync, and you should have been doing Beyonce because that lip sync was clunky and lackluster for me. And if we would have had a black girl doing Beyonce, I would have lived for that. And I know what you would have done up there. And in the musical, you were a standout for me. I thought it was going to be. I leaned over and I was like, I don't know the ending for this, but I think the tops were Tina, you, and Georges for the musical because those were my three. And then I was like, where's Tina? I don't even like Tina. Not anymore.
I've heard that about you.
I burned off all my thumbnails. It was a teenage thing.
I was like, after recovery.
I want you guys to hold that thought really quick. Do we have an Untucked this? Yes, we do. So we're going to get into Untucked really quick. Go ahead and throw that on.
We don't want to get half the story.
We're going to get all of it right now.
Baby, they said they're hazing me today. I'm just kidding.
My favorite thing that Nicole does is like, she's talking, but every 2 seconds she breaks the fourth one.
Oh, honey.
And she'll say something like looking at cameraman and production.
When she was like, they bullied me into giving her points, she's like looking over the couch outside the workroom.
I love it.
She don't give a
I think it's hilarious. But we do have VIP members that submit questions, and we're going to ask one right now.
Yeah, we saw Mistress getting a little emotional. Whether it was real or not, we won't know. But Willam, Batty...
Who would cry on TV like that?
Kind of crazy. On Drag Race, too? Right.
Exactly.
Willam, Batty, and Naysha. Jaskarat in Vancouver wants to know, Kerri, you had to deal with it, so we already know, Diva. But they want to know, how would y'all have reacted to being played by Mistress? Would you have handled it as gracefully as Kerri, or would you have been a little more hot like Tina?
No.
So, it's like
I had everybody knows on my season that I never expected to stay to the end, and I didn't think that they were going to kick me off because I kept breaking rules and giving them opportunities to kick me off so I could go do a show in New York. And they weren't doing it. I told them 3 different times I broke rules. The 4th time they finally did. If they didn't kick me off then, I was going to hit a girl, and I would have belted that.
Who?
I would have missed her.
Baby, she said Bad Girls Club.
I would have Tanisha's ass would have thrown her in a kick.
Period. I definitely would have struggled with, am I going to be a class act and just be like, it is what it is, whatever, and move on, and then just hitting the right in the mouth. Like, I would have definitely struggled with the two because...
I wouldn't have hit her. I would have just thrown a lot of things at her. I didn't touch her.
I mean, that's
Your hands did not make contact.
The calculator did.
Point.
The wig head flew across the... I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not like
I also went to
gonna
jail
miss
for
her.
battery, so I have a history.
The thing y'all have to remember, you guys, is no matter how upset you get, if you put your hands on somebody, your career is done in television. and I live in LA.
Well.
So, you know.
Isn't Portia back on Real Housewives?
But see, that's Portia. She also got a billionaire African husband, so she probably was able to.
So they had to put her ass back on there.
She was able to handle that business. I'm trying to
her.
still get my rich husband. So
And you know what?
I'll start swinging then.
We're not promoting violence either.
No, we can't do that.
You know, we don't want to
Just verbal
promote
violence.
that. But you know what? Sometimes even the verbal stuff hurts even more. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Well, it's because it's truthful.
okay. Damn. Okay, no, but let's go back to Untucked because I want the audience to be able to throw in some questions and be able to talk to the gals. So go ahead.
Heavy, honey.
Is that
yes, there's
is that
back
it
at
for
3.
Untucked? It's done. All right.
We have
That's
some
it.
tea.
Over.
We have some
I
tea.
have a little tea because I feel like people are going to want to know, like, why did I give Tina my point? So if you peep the dress in the challenge, it's actually my reunion dress from season 14. I had brought it because I was like, oh, it'll work for something. And I was like, I need that slutty dress. This dress is too long. And Tina actually stayed up all night the day before we filmed our challenge and reworked my whole dress into a mini dress and like hemmed it, did everything for me. And I did feel kind of bad about the whole like point thing with Lydia, but I mean, you know, Lydia was just living for the doll. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna tell Tina, just like Tina and Nicole did not tell me that they were gonna do what they did for me. It really did gag me. Also, I love seeing my shirts in the audience. Hello?
Same.
Wow. So when they gagged me with that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, even though it may not move anything, I'm gonna do my big one and pay it back to Tina because she really did. She put a lot of extra work that I don't think she got credit for. So I'm here to give it to her now. Thank you, Tina.
Baby, that's some Colby. She was raised right.
And let's seriously. I mean, I know I talk a lot of, but Tina was really good this.
She was a very wholesome player. She was the MVP.
Yeah, the runways were significantly better from her original season. She looked great. Like give it up for Tina because I thought she turned up.
Tina for All Stars versus the world.
Yeah, give it up, Tina.
Love. Okay, so we're gonna get into Q&A with the audience and all that good stuff. But before we do, we're gonna say bye to the front bar. At the front bar, we're gonna start playing music and all that good stuff. So we're gonna say bye front bar, and we're gonna say bye to our non-VIP members. If you are not a VIP member, I don't know what you're waiting for, but go ahead and join us VIP because we're going to talk some now. But right now, please make some noise for the very gorgeous and stunning Miss Kerri Colby.
Thank y'all.
Please keep that going for Willam.
And let's keep that going for Caramel DeVille.
And put your hands together for everyone's favorite auntie, Miss Batty Davis.
And keep that going one more time for Naysha Lopez.
Antunko, yeah.
Thank you.